Hello children. Today we are going to learn the first chapter of the computer syllabus, that is Introduction to MS Access. Okay, before going to MS Access, just understand what I am trying to discuss with you first. Okay, as we store information in MS Word, right? We use MS Word, we use MS Excel to store the information. Right, okay. In the same way, the table that stores users information can be stored in a database. Okay, you will learn it in more detail as we move ahead. Okay, fine. Now, many times you start storing information in the form of list in Word or as a spreadsheet in MS Excel. But as the list grows longer, it becomes very difficult and inconsistent to retrieve the information. Okay, fine. Now, to sort out this issue, to make our work a bit easier, a database is used for organizing data and retrieving meaningful information. Okay, fine. A database is nothing but the collection of data organized in the form of a table. Okay, and this database helps us to retrieve the data whenever we want without any inconsistency, and it makes our work much easier. Okay, fine. Now let us move ahead. Now, as I have said, a database is used for organizing the data and retrieving meaningful information. A database is nothing but the collection of information or data in the form of tables. Now, to store this database, a system is required. Okay, a system is used to arrange information in a tabular form and make updation in them, and that system is nothing but the database management system. Okay, all this updation, all the retrieving of data is done by the system called as the database management system. A system used to arrange information in a tabular form and make updation in them is called database management system. Okay, fine. Now let us learn more about database and its elements. Okay, as I have said, a database is simply an organized collection of information or data, right? A collection of information or data organized in a tabular form is nothing but a database. Okay, now database arranges information in such a way that any specific information can be easily located. Okay, whichever information you want, suppose you want the information about the 3 years back or 4 years back, you can easily locate that information and you can easily retrieve that information with the help of this system, and that system is nothing but database management system. Okay, now it is the need of every organization to maintain their data, to locate the data whenever they want, right? Every organization like schools, colleges, banks, government offices, they need a system that can maintain a lot of information very systematically. Okay, fine. That's why they use a system called as the database management system. It maintains the information in such a way that they can retrieve, they can update any specific information whichever time they want. Okay, fine. Now, let us learn more about database. There are four types of database: hierarchical database, network database, relational database, and object-oriented database. Now we are going to study each type of this database in detail. Okay? Now, the first type that we are going to study in the database model is hierarchical database. You will understand it in more detail after you will be done by the chart that you're seeing on your screen. Okay, fine. Now you're seeing a chart of an organization on your screen. Okay, this you will come to know if you have drawn a tree structure in your previous classes or in any activity. Okay, if you have drawn your family tree in the previous classes. Okay, fine. Now your organization means it can be any organization. It can be school, it can be college, it can be bank, or it can be a government office. Any of the organization you consider. Okay, fine. Now that organization, suppose that organization is having 4 employees. 4 employees, as in you're seeing on your screen. First block you are seeing organization, and that organization is divided into 4 employees. That is employee A, employee B, employee C, and employee D. Now, suppose under that employee A, 2 more employees are working, okay, as their junior employees, okay. Now, under employee B, again 2 employees are working, okay. Now, under employee C, 3 employees are working, and under employee D, again 2 employees are working. This all structure is nothing but the example for your understanding, okay. It is just an example. Now, you will see this hierarchical database organizes data in the form of a tree structure. Okay, got it? It is nothing but the organization arranged in the form of a tree structure. Okay, what hierarchical database does? It organizes the data in the form of a tree structure. Now you will see this organization, and under that 4 employees are there. That 4 employees and that organization are connected through the links. Okay, in the hierarchical database, the data is connected to one another through the links. Okay, find the lines that you're seeing on your screen is nothing but the links. Okay, now to create the links in the hierarchical database, it uses a parent segment and the child segment. Okay, now first of all, you see in the organization is divided into 4 employees. So here organization is the parent segment and the 4 employees are the child segment. Okay, fine. Now consider just employee A. Under employee A, 2 more junior employees are working. Okay, so employee A can be called as the parent segment, and the 2 employees that are working under it can be called as the child segment. Okay, fine. Now you will notice that every parent segment is having 2 or more child segment, right? Employee B is also having 2 child segment. Means what? Employee B is divided again under 2 child segment. Employee C is having again 3 child segment, and employee D is having again 2 child segment. Okay, fine. And organization is having again 4 child segment, right? Okay, now this restricts the child segment to have only one parent segment, right? Here every child segment is having only one parent segment, right? Okay, now the 4 employees is having only one parent segment, and that is nothing but organization, right? The 2 employees under the employee A is having only one parent segment, and that is nothing but employee A. Now similarly for all the remaining 3 employees. Okay, fine. In short, hierarchical database, it arranges data in the tree structure, right? And the tree is nothing but it is similar to the family tree that I think you have drawn in the previous classes. Okay, fine. If you don't know the family tree, then also no issue. Just see on your screen, and that structure is nothing but the tree structure. And hierarchical database arranges the data in the form of a tree structure. Okay, fine. Now, since one parent segment can have 2 or more child segment in this database, in this type of database, right? So this hierarchical database is meant to have one-to-many relationship. Okay, fine. Organization is nothing but one parent segment. Okay, and that one parent segment is divided again into the 4 child segment. Okay, fine. Now we will move ahead. Now, see, as we have studied, hierarchical database arranges data in a tree structure. Okay, the data are stored as records which are connected to one another through the links. Now, to create the links between this record types, hierarchical model uses parent-child relationships. Okay, fine. Now, in the hierarchical database, organization-employee relationship is one-to-many. That means one parent segment can have two or more child segment. Okay, and in hierarchical database, organization-employee relationship is one-to-many. Okay, now in hierarchical database, a child segment can have only one parent segment. Okay, fine. Now this is all about the hierarchical database. Now let us study the next type of database. Now you are seeing a chart of organization. Okay, the second type that we are going to study is the network type. Now you are seeing a chart of an organization on your screen, and this chart is different from that we have seen in hierarchical type. Okay, fine. Now this organization, suppose this organization is having two employees, manager A and manager B. Now this manager A is having an assistant A, okay, to help him. Okay, now that assistant A also helps the manager B. Okay, fine. Now the executive assistant B also helps the manager A, and that executive assistant B also helps the manager B. Okay, fine. Manager A is having two executive assistants A and B, and the same executive assistant also helps the manager B. Means what? Here the relationship between the manager and the executive assistant is many to many. The assistant A has more than one parent segment. Means what? Assistant A has more than one parent segment. That is nothing but the manager A and manager B. Similarly, the executive assistant B also has more than one parent segment, that is manager A and manager B. In hierarchical type, every child was having only one parent segment. Now in network type, here uh, every child is having more than one parent segment. Okay, fine. Now this shows that the relationship between the managers and the executive assistant is many to many. Now this network permits the modeling of many to many relationships in data. Okay, fine. As I have said, the relationship between the manager and the executive assistant is many to many. Now, the assistant A has more than one parent segment, and also the manager has more than one child segment. Okay, fine. That's why this network permits the modeling of having many to many relationships in data. Okay, fine. Now, moving on. Now the third type, that is relational type. Okay, the MS Access software that we are going to study in this chapter uses the relational type of database. Okay, fine. So what is meant by relational type? In relational database, it allows the definition of data structures, storage, retrieval operations, and integrity constraints. Okay, means in relational database type, data is arranged in the form of tables. Okay, fine. The table that you are seeing on your screen is nothing but the data arranged in the relational type. Okay, and in relational type, data is arranged in the form of tables. Okay, and what is a table? A table is a collection of records, and each record in the table contains the same fields. Okay, fine. Now there are four fields in the table that you are seeing on your screen: name, telephone, city, and email. Okay, fine. In relational type, data is arranged in the form of tables. Now, as I have said, the data in the relational database are organized in tables. Okay, and what is a table? A table is a collection of records. In each record is a in a table contains the same fields. Okay, now the table which you have seen in the previous slide uh, has four fields and three records. Fields are what? Name, telephone number, city and email. And there were three records of users. Okay, fine. Understood? Now, in short, relational database, it organizes the data in the form of tables. Okay, it makes the user's work, it makes our work very easy to retrieve the data, to update the data, to delete the data and to locate the data. Okay, fine. It can be done within the fraction of seconds. Okay, fine. Understood? Now let us move to learn the last type of database. Okay. Now the fourth type that we are going to study is object oriented type. Okay. Uh, in object oriented type, it refers to one-to-one mapping of objects. Means what? One parent segment can have only one child segment. Okay, and vice versa. Okay, fine. It provides higher performance management of objects, and it also enables the better management of complex interrelationships between objects. Okay, you will learn it about it in more detail in higher classes. Okay, fine. Just remember that object oriented type, it refers to one-to-one mapping of objects. Okay, fine. So far we have learned the four types of database, that is hierarchical database, network database, relational database and object oriented type. Okay, fine. Now we are going to learn the what are the benefits, what are the advantages of using a database management system. The very first advantage is the ability to update and retrieve data. Now, what is meant by updating data? Updating data in a database means adding new records, deleting the existing records, and changing the information within a record. Okay, fine. Now, suppose in a school organization, one of the student has left. Okay, and his record has to be removed from the database of the school. Means what? The record, the collection of the records of the students, it needs to be updated. Okay, and some new students have joined. So updation means what? Adding of new records, deleting of existing records, and it can also help, it can also perform the changing information within the record. Now suppose a student has changed his address. Okay, so but he is still the student of the same school. Means what? The information of that particular student needs to be changed. Okay, understood now what is meant by updation? Updating data in a database means adding new records, deleting the existing records and changing the information within the records. Okay, and you can also retrieve the data, you can also extract the data whenever you want. Suppose you want information about a particular student from this database. Okay, so you can easily retrieve the data of that particular student without any complications. Okay, fine. Now the next advantage is support concurrent updates. Now concurrent updates occur when multiple users make updates to the database simultaneously. Now the advantages of this of using this database management system is that you can use the system in more than one computer. Okay, now if you are updating a record in one computer, automatically that record is updated in all the computers that is using this system. Okay, and that are linked to one another through this systems. Means what? It can support concurrent updates simultaneously. Okay, fine. Now next, third type is recovery of data. Suppose if by chance we lose the information, we lose the data, and we need to recover the data. Therefore, the recovery of data can be easily done using this database management system. Okay, whenever a computer may crash or a fire may occur or a user may enter the incorrect information of making the records, okay, fine, then the recovery of data can be easily done because DBMS provides ways to recover a database. Okay, fine. Now the next advantage is facilities of sharing of data. Okay, in DBMS, in database management system, the basic data is stored in one format. Okay, different users can use the same database to extract the data according to their individual requirements. Okay, the way in which you share data with your friends. Similarly, DBMS provides ways of sharing of data. Okay, fine. Now, the next advantage is DBMS ensures data security. Okay, the database administrator keeps a complete control over the database. Okay, users of this database can be divided into different categories. Okay, fine, and it makes sure that your data is secure. Okay, only you can read and use the data that you're storing in your DBMS. Okay, fine. This ensures that your data is secure and DBMS don't allow any of the other third party to read or use the data. Only you can be given the authority to read or use the data. Okay, fine. Now the 5 advantages, these are very important. Okay, fine. Understand it. Okay. Now we are done with the database and its types and also the advantages of DBMS. Now we are going to learn more about the main concept of this chapter, that is MS Access. Now the system that we are going to study is nothing but the MS Access, and I have said that MS Access uses which type of database? It uses relational database, and in relational database type I have said that it arranges the data in the form of tables. Okay, a relational DBMS uses multiple tables and creates relationships between the tables. Okay, each specific information in a table is called a value. Okay, now a value is contained in a box created by the intersection of column and the row. Okay, now how you will calculate the total number of values? You will multiply the number of rows with the number of columns, and whatever answer you will get, that many values are contained in a table. Okay, fine. Now your table, a primary key can be the one column whose values uniquely identify each row of a table. Okay, suppose you want to retrieve any specific information from a particular row, you just need to enter the primary key of that row, and within the fraction of seconds you can retrieve your desired information. Okay, fine. Now this primary key is the particular key according to which the records in a table are arranged. According to your primary key, your records in a table are arranged. Okay, fine. Now this is all the introduction about MS Access. In next lecture we will study about how to start the MS Access, how to create a database in the MS Access. Okay, fine, and many more things you will learn. Okay, fine. Till that, revise what I have taught. Okay, fine. Thank you so much.